Good morning, guys. Uh, Myself Srinivas Reddy B. Okay, I'm teaching since 2019 CSAT. Especially in this institute, I started 2020. From since 2020, I'm teaching CSAT here. Now, is this audible? Am I audible? Okay. So myself Srinivas Reddy again. Clear that? Okay. And so today we are going to discuss something. The paper 2 in UPSC, okay, the first stage and the paper 2, which is CSAT, Civil Service Aptitude Test. Okay, so what kind of strategy you can make, how to solve, how to overcome the CSAT fear, especially. Many of from last 3 years were thinking that CSAT is very difficult. That is true actually. The most of the students thinks that CSAT is difficult. That's why it is becoming a difficult. That's it. But you know what is the syllabus for CSAT and what is the things you have to read? What are the things you have to do when it comes to CSAT? We'll discuss complete details one by one. Okay. So and we have something. I said, okay, we have read that. Now, CSAT. CSAT, right? Civil Service Aptitude Test. This is paper 2, right? Paper 2. In prelims, you have two papers. The first GS1 and GS2. This one is GS2 paper. So before going to start anything, any subject, okay, what you need to know is first thing when it comes to any subject is syllabus. First you need to know what is the syllabus. Anyone can read any number of books, okay, for UPSC exams, okay, but the true aspirant should know that what not to read. What not to read. So how you will get to know that one? What not to read? By syllabus. If you know syllabus, then you will get to know actually. Okay, first you have to thorough with syllabus first. You take your own time, whether 2 days or 3 days or 4 days, whether GS1 or GS2. First, you should be thorough with the syllabus. Okay. Now, if it comes to syllabus, CSAT syllabus. Okay. So this is the syllabus. The first one is comprehension. Okay. Then interpersonal skill and including communication skills. Okay, I will tell one by one what are the types of questions they are going to ask and what kind we have to choose and which area we have to focus on this syllabus. Okay, now logical reasoning and analytical ability. Okay, now decision making and problem solving. Okay, I'll send PDF, don't worry. Okay, now general mental ability and basic numeracy. In this, numbers and their relations, order of magnitude, etc. This is level 10. That means the UPSC basic numeracy will never cross after 10, below 10th only, from 6 to 6 standard to 10 standard, which is NCRT. Okay, so this is the syllabus first thing. Now, if you know this syllabus, sir, only there are few topics. It seems to be by looking at syllabus. Okay, you can say only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are only 6 syllabus, 6 topics. If I read 6 topics, can I crack it? Even if you read all the whatever syllabus here given, okay, still you need right guidance how to apply, which one you have to choose, how to answer them. Then where you will get the right guidance? Exactly, where you will get right guidance? Okay, by academy, by academy, which is Believers IAS Academy. So where we available 24/7 in this institute. All the faculties almost, not only the GS1, even for GS2 also, almost all the faculties are available 24/7. So guidance you need is now this is all about syllabus, guys. Just the basic things you should know before going to start anything. You should know this syllabus first, okay? Then we'll come to the pattern of question paper. Exactly. What is the pattern of second paper? Okay. So number of questions it contains is 80. The number of questions it contains is 80 questions. So paper 2. Paper 1 contains 100, right? The paper 2 only contains 80 questions. Okay, now negative marking. There will be negative marking. 1/3 of the maximum marks for the question. If it is 1 mark question, okay, then you can say 1/3 is deducted. What is 1/3 of 1? 0.333. The negative is not 0.25. Normally in state exams they conduct, but in UPSC for every wrong answer, so negative is 0.33. Okay. Now the time of exam, duration time of exam is 2 hours. Okay. Now if you take practically, there is 120 minutes, right? Now we have how many questions? 80 questions. Okay. Now you can say 3/2. That means for every 2 question you will get 3 minutes. For every 2 questions you will get 3 minutes. That means for 1 question you can get 1.5 minutes. That means 90 seconds. So you can get for every question an average 90 seconds, guys. Okay, you will get an average 90 seconds. So which is very huge actually. You may think now very less time, okay? For few questions you will answer in 10 seconds also. Then the remaining, for that question whatever we reserved that time, it carry forwards to the other questions, the next questions. So let's see, date of exam you know already, it is postponed 16th June, right? 16th June, right? Now 16th June. Language of CSAT paper is only it is in English and Hindi. Now maximum marks is 200 for 80 questions. For 80 questions, we have 200 marks. Okay. Now 200 divided by, if we do 80, 2.5 per question. For every question you have 2.5 marks. Okay. So every question 2.5 marks. That means if it is 2.5, for every question you will get 2.5. For 1 mark, what is the negative? 1/3, right? For 2.5, again you have to multiply 1/3. This is the negative you will get. This is the negative mark for every question you will get in UPSC. For every negative. Okay. So if you just simply take it, then if it is wrong, then 1/3 of the marks is gone. So now CSAT qualifying marks is only 66. CSAT qualifying marks you required is 33%. 33%. That means out of 200, you have to take 66 marks. Now, if you answer 25 questions, simply assume, or 26 you can take. If you answer 26 questions, every question carries how many marks? 2.5. Now 26 into 2, which is 52. Then half of 26 is 30. You will get 65. Then if you answer one more question, right answer, okay, then 27. We have taken 26 questions. If you answer 27 questions correctly, then this will become into 2.5, 67 and half. That means you need only 27 right answers out of 80. Out of 80 questions, you need to pick only 27 right. If you answer 27 only, is there a probability of passing? No. Why? There may be a chances of going at least one wrong. At least one wrong I am saying. If it goes one wrong also, you will get fail in paper 2. And you know that one. If you qualify paper 2 only, then only they start evaluation of paper 1. Okay, even if you score 110, okay, that is only considered when this paper is qualified. Otherwise, even if you score 200 in the paper 1, it doesn't make any sense if you not qualify this paper. Okay, now, so this is about paper pattern, how exactly paper pattern is. Okay, now does anyone know exactly CSAT, which year it is started? 2011. 2011. Actually, before that there was no CSAT. That means they used to give in the same paper. They used to give in the GS paper 1 only. They used to give CSAT. That's why if you take from before 2010, the most of the student qualified UPSC is engineering students. Most student qualified is engineering students actually, because they were very good at in quantity part and reasoning parts. So they used to get around 30-35 questions there, okay, in paper. So they simply clear the exam. So that's why they made from 11 separate paper, qualifying paper. So this is all about just a pattern and a syllabus. Now when it comes to analysis of paper, now if your paper is made into 3 parts, means our syllabus is 3 parts actually: logical reasoning, quantitative aptitude, and the reading comprehension. Okay, so now logical reasoning and quanti part. In this quanti part, you will also get basic numeracy, whatever I have showed before. The syllabus will come everything in quanti part. Okay, now in reading comprehension, they give some passage. They give certain passage. That means something, whatever it is going present day, maybe current affair, okay, maybe something which is related to weather, which is related to science and tech. They can give any story or some perception of something, okay. Then we have to, from this passage, we have to draw some conclusions. Which one answer maybe? We did in our 10th standards, like they will give some passage and find the answer for this question and The same kind we get here is in reading comprehension. So the level of vocabulary is here very high. You should have some GS knowledge, especially when it comes to reading comprehension. You must and should have GS 1 knowledge. That means polity, okay, then economics, environment and ecology, geography. To answer these questions, you need at least these subjects knowledge. Then you can answer easily. Around you will get 25 to range, I am saying 28 questions, and an average you will get only reading comprehension 25 to 28. Okay, in reading comprehension, if you take only reading comprehension, there are three types. Okay, type 1, type 2, type 3. That means in type 1, they give a passage. They'll ask only one question on that. One question, that's it. Okay. Now, in type 2, they will give one passage. On this, they can ask 2 questions. Now, in type 3, the maximum they can ask is 3 plus. 3 and plus. Okay. The more focus you should focus on the passage is type 3. The first you have to choose the passage. Out of 25 to 28 passages in exam paper, you have to first choose the type 3. Because if you read once a passage, then if you get it everything, whatever is given in the passage, then you can answer how many questions? 3, at least 3 questions. Now if you consider this one, the same story, okay, 3 questions, if different, here if you read this passage also, you can answer only 1 question. That is the priority, simple guys. If you read one passage and if you answer the 3 questions, you will get the 7.5 marks, right? For the same, the time consuming is here and here, reading is same, but the marks you obtain for that time is differs. So here you can get a 7.5, here you can get only 2.5. The second priority must and should be type 2 passage. That means passage which contain 2 questions. You have to choose the first type 3, then type 2. Okay, then you go with the type 1. Okay, there are different types of passages. Then passage is different types of passages. Okay, then what they can ask in passages? Either they can simply take passage based passage. That means they will take some textbook or newspaper content, they will keep it directly here in the paper. Okay, some story. Then they will ask question on that passage. Based on that passage, they can ask question. The second one is theme based, very important. Theme based. Nowadays, the trending one is theme based. What is theme based means? The subject based passages. Subject based passages. So, what are the subjects you can get? I said already before that maybe it may be a polity, economics, environment and ecology, geography, ethics also. Any subject which it can belong, current affairs also. They can take current affairs from present, what is going on. They will keep it story. They will make it story. Then they ask questions on that passage. So this is the highest trend from last 3 years going on. The theme based passages. There is something, the second highest importance is inference based. Inference based. These passages are exactly like detective. That means in these passages you will never get the answer directly from the passage. You will never get the answers from the passage, but you get some evidences to answer that question. To answer any question, you will get some evidences in the passage. So based on those evidences, you have to answer the passage. So this is all about just a passage. How exactly? And when it comes to passage, what you have to choose? What must be the your first priority? What should be your priority? The first priority should be type 3. Always keep this in mind. And there are few lengthy passages. The few are very short passages. So when you look into the lengthy passages, my suggestion is don't go with it, because to read only it will take lot of time. Even if you start reading from the beginning, when you end up with the end, then already we forgot what we started from the beginning. So that is what happens in the exam hall. Here you may read, okay, you can remember everything, but when it comes to exam hall, in the exam hall, you don't have the same mindset what you have right now. Okay, so choosing passages is this way. Always you look into the passages, look at the questions, number of questions asked, then second you go with type 2, then go with the type 1. So what if it is type 1? All type 1 questions are easy and type 3 are very difficult. It's fine. In that time, okay, if this is difficulty, if you have chosen this one, you read it twice, still you will get marks is 7.5. In that same time, you can answer 3 here also. I'm not saying you won't answer it. You can answer 3 here also. You'll get the same. You'll get the same, right? But here you need to read 3 different stories. You need to read 3 different passages, 3 different circumstances. So here is only one circumstance, the only one passage. From that you can answer 3 questions. So always go with 3, 2, then 1. How to choose passages? Okay. Now this is about just a passage. Okay. Now I said reading comprehension. On average, how many questions you will get? 25 questions. Now, even if you take your entire 2 hours time, you can't answer 25 out of 25. You keep this in mind. Even GS paper 1 also. If you have 100 questions, you can't attempt 100 questions. At least you know that this is going to, I don't know nothing. Few questions you will get to feel, I don't know nothing about this. So what you will do that time? You will just simply leave and you will come right. The same way. So on an average, how many questions you have to attempt when it comes to reading comprehension? So you can take on an average 18 questions. You can take on an average 18 questions. Then you can attempt till 22. Between this range, if you want, sir, I am not very good at in reading comprehension, then you can take at least 12. At least 12. Even if you are very bad at reading comprehension, at least you must apply 12. Sir, if I am very bad at reading comprehension, then how can I attempt 12? Then again you need guidance. The right guidance, the right lecturing from the institute and faculties. So everything is 12 to 22 between passages. Okay, so we have many strategies to solve normally passages, which is primary school method 1. We use primary school method. That means by reading all the passages, by looking at the question, We'll go to the line of that passage. Again, we'll check the answer. Then we'll come, keep the answer. That's it. That is primary school method we used to do. Whatever. If the question is something, okay, corona, okay. Okay, then in the passage where exactly we look, word is corona. Then we'll go there. Then we'll find the answer. Okay, then we can answer. Okay, this is not the question. Okay. This is the way we used to do in primary school methods. That's why the first method we use is primary school method. The second method is reverse engineering. Reverse engineering. We are not going to discuss anything, full details. These are the methods we use in order to solve reading comprehension. Okay. Now, the quanti part. How many questions you may get? Quanti part. 30. 30 to 40. 30 to 40. And average in quanti part, you will get 30 to 40. In 2023, there is something called, in quanti part, you will get many topics. Many topics. Okay, in quanti part, you will get around 31 topics. Inside, I am saying. Inside quanti part, you will get 30 topics. Time, speed, distance, percentage, profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest, ages, ratio and proportion. Okay, so these are the topics which comes under quanti part. What about logical reasoning? Around here you will get every year around you will get 25 to 30. Then which area I have to choose? Which area I have to focus on more? Which area I have to focus on more? Because every parties have equal number of questions, right? That is 25 to 30. This is 30 to 40, and this is 25 to 28 questions. Now, if you observe carefully, we'll look into in 2011, the number of questions appeared on math and basic numeracy is 11. This is the topic, guys. This is the topic, easiest one. You can score 100%. This area, math and basic numeracy. Okay. The second one is logical reasoning or logical and analytical reasoning, where you got 17 questions. Now look at the reading comprehension. How many questions? 39 questions. 39 questions. And there is something called decision making. Nowadays we are not getting any decision making questions. Okay. Now 0 questions. Now, and data interpretation. What is data interpretation type of question? They will give you some graph like this. Okay. Okay. Then we have to, based on given data, we have to analyze the data. Which percent, whether it is increasing or decreasing, based on graph. It may be a line graph, it may be a circle graph, anything. Okay, we'll discuss that one. Now, so that is one of the questions. So when they started first CSAT paper, these many questions are we got 11, 17, 39, 8 and 5. When it comes to 12, observe this. They reduced almost 8 questions in basic numeracy. They almost reduced 8 questions. Now logical reasoning, they increased it almost 11 questions. Now when it comes to reading comprehension, 40 again. Then decision making is 9. Then here is completely they did 0. Now again, if you assume in 13, they again brought same pattern. Then year 21, here is 33. From here onwards, from 13 onwards, the passage never crossed more than 30. from 14 actually, never crossed more than 30. They kept always between 25 to 28 average. Okay. Now, if you observe carefully, what is the increasing number is in this pattern? 20, 30, 31, 28, 18, 32, 42. Now 33, 25, 37 in last year paper. If you read only basic numeracy, you don't need to read any other topics, the leftover. And basic numeracy, you can answer 100%. Sir, how? If you listen classes in believers. Because there I will teach, right? So, this 2023, there are 37 questions are math and basic numeracy. In this, you don't have any calculations. You just have common sense. You need just a common sense and multiplication, addition, subtraction, division. These four. That's it. If you are very good at these four, then you can answer 37 questions. The highest they asked is 2020. 42 questions in basic numeracy. So this is the topic in our institute. We spend most time on this math and basic numeracy. Almost 10 to 25 hours we spend on for these many questions. 10 to 25 hours we spend. When it comes to logical reasoning. So when it comes to logical reasoning, what are the topics we may get? I have a word clock. So clock concept, calendar, right? Which year he is born. So such kind of questions, okay? Then syllogism. Syllogism means all cats are dogs, all dogs are cats. In such a way they ask, right? So those questions. And another logical and analytical is number series. What are the number series we may get? Number series means 1, 2, 3, 4. Next number 5, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next number is 6. How? The difference between the two consecutive numbers is 1. So these kind of patterns we study in logical reasoning. Okay. So which area you can score more is, the first I suggest is math and basic numeracy. The second one I suggest is here. Here also you can easily score it, guys. Okay. We got last year 15 questions. Last year we got 15 questions. Now, reading comprehension, last year we got 28. This year we may expect again 25 to 28. That range only, okay? 25 to 28. And if you observe carefully, decision making. What is decision making is, there in the UPSC before 2020, in this till year, they used to give one problem of any village or a city or something. As an aspirant, as a officer, how we will solve? The way they used to make is what decision you may make if the situation is like that. So that is called decision making. Now they removed almost from every year. We are not getting any questions from decision making. So this area, if you take an average, okay, if you take an average, you will get one question. On an average, this area you will get one question. Now data interpretation also, the 1 year only, which is 18, they asked 14. So the before, so what if we get this year? Even if you get this year or next year, then this can be done in, what is data interpretation is, the data, everything is they are already given. By looking at data, you have to answer the question. That's it. That is called data interpretation. If you have 10 rupees, if I say, okay, that is the data you have. Then if I ask, is it able to give 2 rupees? From the data, yes, possible, right? So that is what data interpretation. They will give data whatever you have. From that you have to draw the answer. That's it. That is called data interpretation. According to me and my analysis, this year, definitely you will get 3 questions on data interpretation. Because from last 5 years we didn't get any questions. This year you may get 3 questions. This year you may get 3 questions. Okay. Now, reading comprehension. I told everything about reading comprehension, right? Now, look at this one, the another map. Now, in 2011, we made it into 5 parts. The first one is math and basic numeracy. The blue color indicates math and basic numeracy. And the second one, logical reasoning. And third one is reading comprehension, yellow color, and green decision making. The orange is, the last one is data interpretation. Now if you observe carefully, they covered 5 areas in 11. In 12 also they covered only 4 areas. They left with, you can see here. Which area they left actually in this? The second one. They left completely this one. Now, guys, you have to analyze this like this, okay? Then you will get a clear picture of what to read and what not to read, okay? You will get exact picture. Now, if you take 2013, they covered all the areas. They covered all the 5 areas, right? In 2013, they covered complete all the areas. Then in 14, again they left with something. The area they left with is, which one actually? Decision making. Decision making. Now, in 15 again they left with the decision making. If you take 16, guys, now observe carefully. In 16 they covered only 3 areas. What are the 3 areas actually? Maths and basic numeracy, and the second one is logic, and the third is reading comprehension. Only 3. Sorry, in this they covered only 3 areas in 2016. Now in 2017 also they covered only 3 areas. 18 again they covered 4 areas, and 19 they covered only 3 areas. If it comes to 2020 again 3, then 4, which is very little. This is also. Now in 2023 they again carried 3 areas. That means if you observe carefully, at an average, which 3 areas having high probability of getting marks? Maths and basic numeracy, logical reasoning, then reading comprehension. That's it. Those 3 areas you have to be very thorough. Those 3 areas. Only those 3 areas only you require. Okay. Sir, what if this year they ask 5? Okay, leave it. From these 3 areas, you can score more than what you require. You can score more than what you require. How much you required actually? 60? 66. How many questions you required? 27. From every area, from these 3 areas, you will get around 20 to 25 average. Right? If you choose 10 year, if you choose 10 year, 30. Then, if this is the data, okay, if this is the data, now, if you observe carefully, this area is the highest priority, you have to always keep it. basic, numeracy and maths. The second highest priority. If you are very good at GS papers, I'm saying again and again, if you are very thorough with GS 1 paper, that means all the subjects, then you make the GS your first priority, I'm saying. Even if you are not good at few subjects, okay, then make it always first priority, the basic, numeracy and maths. Okay, now here in this reading comprehension, if you are very good at GS papers, because most of the passages are theme based. I said already, theme based means they take a topic from the subject, they will keep it as a passage. If you well known about that subject, then you can answer easily. Even without reading passage also you can answer. So that is what makes quick answer reading passages. Then when it comes to logic and analytical reasoning, so this is also very easiest part of the CSAT. There you can get calendar, clock, number series, alphabetical series, and on average you will get 15. That means almost you will get 20 questions here also. Syllogism and all. Now then what? Then how to answer the questions? Then how to start the questions? Then what to choose first? Now when it comes to maths and basic numeracy, how many questions we get around? 35 to 40 on an average. Okay, so we'll keep it 30 only, simple, between 30 to 40 only. Then there are certain areas in this basic and maths. So how many questions we may get? Now there are 30 topics are there in this. Inside I am saying, inside we have 30 topics. Then in that first one is basic, and an average you will get here only 10 questions. And an average I am saying. Last year in basic only we got 18 questions. We got 18 questions from the basic only. In the 30 topics, the first topic basic, an average you will get 30 questions. Last year we got 18 questions actually in 2023. Now every day the UPSC CSAT is becoming primary school method, not a complete state syllabus. Most of the students will think that if I am not able to answer the question in state exams, then I can't able to answer CSAT questions. No. When it compares to CSAT and state exam mental ability, the CSAT is very easy. Honestly, the only thing makes you feel like that is the number of questions. That's it. In state exams, you may get around 30-25 questions on mental ability, but here we have 80 questions. That's why you may feel that CSAT is very difficult compared to state. No, actually state syllabus is very difficult. Okay, here we have syllabus from NCERT 6 to 10th standard. That's it. Okay, now when you start preparation, normally you take all the NCERT books of geography, history, whatever, right? So why no one buys NCERT mathematics? You have to buy the NCERT mathematics. So in order to pass CSAT, seriously I am saying, buy NCERT for maths also. NCERT maths also. Okay, because we learned the primary school in many years ago. Okay, we forgot almost. Throughout this journey, we forgot almost basic what we learned. So we need again those topics. So where we get is here. Of course, you get all the topics by teaching also in academy. But we can show only path. This is the thing you have to read. We say that one. But who should read actually? You are the one. Okay, we show only path. The one who walk at the end is you only. You have to walk at the end. So, compulsory the NCERT from 6th to 10th standard must and should be. If you read all the syllabus, means all the books from 6th to 10th once, I guarantee, assure you, you will score more than 100. More than 100 you can easily score if you read NCERT. And no institute says that for CSAT you read NCERT. But if you if you read once NCERT, guys, NCERT, then you go with previous year questions of UPSC. Okay, take them. And by looking at the question, you will feel yourself very low. Why means everything is given in the NCERT only. They just take it from the textbook, paste it here in the question paper. Except reading comprehension. The reading comprehension comes from GS papers. Okay. The other than reading comprehension, everything is taken from the NCERT books only. That's why I am saying the CSAT is very easy compared to state exam mental ability. State exam mental ability is use syllabus compared to CSAT syllabus. Here you have only 6th to 10th maths. The way of learning the basic is now different. The way of learning this basic is different. So how it is different to learn? We teach that one. If I say 2-digit number, okay, if I say 2-digit number 21, right, then in primary school if you write any 2-digit number means we write 21. So whatever comes in our mind we write that number, right? Whenever I say write any 2-digit number in UPSC, you have to write X and Y. You can take any numbers for X and Y. So that is the difference between learning primary school and now. That is what makes difference. NCERT now, if we read this one, we have to write 2-digit number like this. Then when we were learning in the past, if someone says write 2-digit number, then we can write whatever number comes in our mind, right? So this makes the difference between reading now and in fast. And everything they ask is this way. Then sir, how to know that one? How we will get to know? Again, same academy and guidance. Where? Believers. And in this academy, we spend more than 80 to 100 hours between to discuss this subject. Between 80 to 100 hours. 100 hours in believers we spend on all those topics between 80 to 100 hours. Later, we spend rest time with guidance. We are always available here in this institute 24/7. Of course, 24/7 means not the way you think night, midnight and all, okay? Just for 24/7 means the timings of academy. In that hour, we are always available in the faculty cabin. Okay, if we are not, then they will make available in 1 hour. So that is what believers. They guide you in the right way. Okay, they will give whatever you require. The only thing is you have to carry and you have to follow them. That's it. If you follow, I don't believe in hard work. I don't believe in discipline. Okay. Now, If the hard worker is works 10 days, every day he works 10 hours he studies, assume. Okay, and he studied 10 days. Then we feel that the one who beside him or what, he is very hard worker. Very hard worker. Okay. Now in this 10 hours, if you read it 10 hours in a day, then I can say 3 to 4 hours is only effective. 3 to 4 hours is only effective. That means you can get into deep inside of your thought or mind or subconscious, you can fill it 3 to 4 hours. Then rest of the hours is only just turning the pages, just looking into the letters of words and something. That's it. That is what happens for the human brain. But discipline is not like that. Every day you study 3 hours only. Okay, every day you study only 3 hours, but it should be 365 days. Whatever your commitments, other commitments, you keep it aside. Be disciplined with the 365 days. Not when it comes exam, 1 month I will study 10 hours every day. This is not going to work out, guys. Seriously, I am saying. You study not, sir, I can't able to 3 hours discipline. Then you can take only 2 hours. But be disciplined with that. Only 2 hours, stick to the discipline. Okay. So, discipline work will give you the more success compared to hard work. And discipline will give effective way of understanding things. Okay. Now, when it comes to, I said, the basic and maths, the basic you may get 10 question average, and last year we got 18 questions on basic. And in this institute, I started teaching basic from the addition and subtraction, right? From the number series to number system to addition, subtraction, division and multiplication. Everything we started from the basic. From the basic means from number writing 1, 2, 3. We started from there. Okay. Now the second highest priority in this concept we have to make is permutation and combination. The second, permutations and combinations. Or combinatorics they call. Now permutation and combination is the, in basic and maths, should be second priority. In this previous topics we discussed, in basic and maths, the first priority it should be basic. In this, the second you have to, highest priority you have to keep is permutation and combinations. So on an average you will get, in an average 6 questions you will get. In 2022 and 2023 together, we got 21 questions. Together I am saying 22 and 23. Together we got 21 questions. That means last 2 years average happened is 10. And an average 10 questions you will get. That's it, guys. The basic numeracy maths, an average we get 30 questions. In that basic only we are getting 10, and permutation combination we are getting almost, we'll keep it 6 only. Then 16 question is already done. I have taken only average numbers. What if it is the more than average? Last year they asked more than 18 questions in year, and here is I think 5 questions. Now again 23 questions, almost 23 questions covered out of 30. Then we left with 7 questions. The 7 questions they covered from other topics. And the third highest priority you should keep is ratio and proportion. The third highest priority you should keep in basic numeracy is ratio and proportion. Okay, so on an average you will get 3 to 5 questions. But last year we got 4 questions. Last year we got 4 questions on ratio and proportion. These are the topics where we have to focus on them more. We have to focus more on them. Now these 3 topics are high enough to cover. Out of 30 questions, 20 questions you may cover. Okay, 20 questions easily we can get from these 3 topics. Okay, I'm not saying that, sir, 100%. No, there is no such a guarantee that we get 100%. I'm saying on an average. Till here we discussed, we get around 20 questions from these topics, right? But definitely you will get at least 15 questions from these topics. 100% I am saying. 15 questions, 100% you will get it from these topics only. 3. Then if you very good at these 3 topics, that is sufficient to answer any questions. That means 15 questions you can answer easily. Then when it comes to third part, the third part is, second part is logical reasoning. On average you will get 20 to 25 questions here also. 20 to 25 questions. In logical reasoning, what part and means what portion of the syllabus you have to focus. Here also we get around 12 topics. Ranking, clock, calendar, blood relation, number series, alphabetical series, okay, so syllogism, okay, then seating arrangements. So these are the topic we get under logical reasoning. These are the topic we get under the logical reasoning. So in logical reasoning, the highest priority you should give when it comes to logical reasoning part of the paper. Syllogism. Syllogism. On average you will get 4 to 5 questions. And in 2022 we got 7 questions. In 2023 we got only 1 question. And an average, but definitely you will get 4 to 5 questions. The second highest is priority, clock and calendar. Clock and calendar. So from these 2 topics, from these 2 combining together, you will get 6 to 8 questions. Clock and calendar, by combining those 2, you will get 6 to 8. In 22 and 23, we got around 18 questions. Around 18 questions from these 2 topics, 22 paper and 23 paper I am saying. Okay, and an average from these 2 topics you will get 6, minimum 6 you will get. So your highest priority should be first syllogism, the complete idea of syllogism, then clock and calendar. Then the third one is number series and letter series. You will get around 4 questions. Here 2, there 2. If you take here 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 4 is 14. If you only read these 3 topics, then again you can cover how many questions here? 15 questions you may cover. Average I am saying. You may cover more than 15 also. You may cover less than 15 also. But definitely you will cover 14 to 15 questions from logical reasoning. Now previously almost it is 15. Now it is 14. Total is 29 questions. Okay. Now when it comes to reading comprehension, I said how many questions we have to attempt? Between 12 to 22. If you are very good at in GS paper, you can go 22 above also. 25 till you can go 25, not more than that. Okay. Now 12 to 22 questions. If you answer 12 more questions here, we'll assume minimum only passages. Then what is the total? 41. So, on an average, if you want to be very accurate answers, very accurate result in CSAT, guys, remember this one: 40 to 55 questions you have to attempt. 40 to 55. Don't go beyond 55. Don't come less than 40. The minimum you have to attempt is 40. Are you getting or not? So in order to, so we need 27 only. The right answers we need is 27. Okay. Now, then how to check these things? Now we'll assume like this. If you attempted 40 questions, only you attempted 40 questions, you thought that the 40 are right only. Okay. Then we got to know that out of 40 questions, only 30 are right. 30 are right. Then the remaining, how many are wrong? 10 are wrong. For 30, how many marks you will get? 75 marks you will get. For negative, definitely you have to remove the marks. For 10 questions we did wrong, right? Then how many questions will go? How many marks will go? 10 questions. So how many marks actually 10 questions? 25? 25 marks into 1 by 3. So 3 ones are 3, 8s are something almost 9 marks will keep it. Now if you remove 9 marks, then what is the 66? This is what that number you require. If you are very confident, I attempted 40 questions and all are correct, then in worst case we'll assume 10 are wrong. In worst case, I'm saying, okay, 10 are wrong, then still you will get exact passing marks. You attempted only all are correct. I'm saying in worst case, the 10 are wrong. Then for 30, if you did right 30 questions, then that is sufficient, right? That is sufficient. That's why at least you need minimum 40 questions. You have to attempt 40 questions. Okay? And we have many strategies. Then, sir, how to choose a question? First, guys, any CSAT paper, when you take when you are holding in your hand, the first and foremost thing you have to do is go with all 80 questions first. The first question you see. Okay? If this first question is covered by passage, then you keep it just a tick mark. That's it. Don't read anything. If the second question is passage, then tick mark. Now third question is passage, tick mark. I'm not saying answers tick mark. I'm saying question number. Okay. If the fourth question is some time, speed and distance. The fourth question is time, speed, distance concept. Assume. Then if you are very good at time, speed and distance concept, you read all the concepts of time, speed and distance and you solved almost every problem of time, speed, distance, then you do tick mark question. Okay. Then go with the fifth one. If that is a basic, then tick mark, tick mark. Okay. You do for 80 questions, the questions which you know, and don't tick mark for question which you don't know. That means the topic which you do not avoid. The topics which you didn't cover anything. Like I didn't read anything about syllogism. If there is a question on syllogism, then you just don't tick it that one. Just leave it like that one. Okay. Now, you have to choose at least 60 questions. Means in the first attempt, if you have chosen 60 questions, assume like this, then you have to try to answer the only whatever you just did the mark of it. Out of those 60 only, you have to answer first. Okay, out of 60, initially everything we did for passage is tick mark only. Then we know that few we can't answer them, right? Then at least we'll eliminate 15 questions. Then we can come with 45. Again, an average, you have to answer at least 40 to 55 questions. By hook or crook, you have to answer at least 40 questions. The minimum questions you have to attempt is 40, guys. Even if you are very accurate about 27 questions, then you can't come without answering one more extra. You have to answer at least 40 questions. Okay, you have to answer 40 questions. Then you can go up to 55. Don't go beyond that one. This is just qualifying paper. Even if you score 200 out of 200, there won't be any use. You just all you need is 66. For that, how much work you have to do? You do it that much only. Why you are taking extra things? They won't give any rewards if you even score out of 200, 200. Right? So that's why what we need, just work for that one only. Don't work for the extra or something down that one. So we need 66. We'll work for 66 minimum. Then if it comes more than that, happy. Okay. If it doesn't comes, so don't bring that thought also. We get always what we require and beyond that one. So this is all about CSAT. How to choose. So what type of passages you choose already I told. So what kind of questions you may get and topics related and areas which we covered. The areas, the highest priority you have to keep them. The first priority, second priority and third priority. Okay. I said from 40 to 55. We left with another 25 questions. You can leave these two areas, 25 questions. You think like that, you can think these two area contain 20 questions, then rest of the 60 is that side. So only focus on those three areas. Okay. And especially when it comes to basic, this is very, very, very important case. Every year I'm saying, okay. And there are some questions nowadays, they will give questions on based statements. Not they are going to give in the like this, a plus b. Okay, if a is prime number, b is co-prime. Sorry, a is prime, b is composite number. If you add both number, is always even. A plus b is always even. A is prime number and b is composite number. What is prime number actually? What are the prime numbers? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. These are the prime numbers. What about composite numbers? 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Now they are saying that a plus b is always even. I have to prove this one wrong, then this statement will become wrong. If I prove a plus b is odd, then the statement will become wrong. Then if you take here, okay, 9, okay, 9 plus 2, what is the sum? 11. If I take prime number 2 here 9 is the composite number, then 11, I am getting odd number. So this statement is wrong. Then the given this statement, I proved this one is wrong. So this statement is wrong. They give the basic things based on statements. Like this they give most of the questions. So we will learn in the regular classes how exactly the statements, how to solve. Everything is taught by this institute and we have sufficient time and we have enough faculty here to make you and guide you in the right path. Other than this, if you have any doubts in CSAT, now you can ask. Any doubts? You are new, right? What's your name? Niha Sahu. I'll call it Sahu, okay? Is that okay? Okay. Any doubts? You got complete idea of CSAT paper, number of questions, how to attempt, and which part we have to choose. What about you? Last one? Yes, what's your name? Neha. Okay, you got complete idea of paper 2? Complete. What about you? Then anyone? Guys? You guys? Know which part you have to choose? Keep that in mind, okay? Always keep that in mind. So this is all about complete CSAT, the paper explanation, which part you have to choose. Then for this, any guidance, I am available 24/7 in Believers IAS Academy, okay? You can come and meet and you can ask any doubts regarding CSAT paper, okay? Thank you guys.